Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk about how I got into the Final Four of TCG Con, a CEDH tournament hosted by Koibito and the Clubhouse local game store. Once again, I was playing my favorite deck, Captain Sisay. I had just gotten a top 4 placement at Take the Tower the previous week, so I was feeling really hot on the deck. With that said, let's get into the video. TCGCon was a 28-person CEDH tournament with an Underground Sea for first place. The tournament had 3 rounds of Swiss with a cut to top 16. I thought it would have the same structure as Take the Tower with a top 4 instead of a cut to top 16, but a cut to top 16 meant that I didn't have to perform as well in the Swiss rounds to still have a shot. Now let's talk about my rounds. Round 1, I played against my friend Alex on Minsk, a Keurig player, and Timna Dargo Adnaz. I kept an opening hand with a turn 2 Aven Mindcensor to stop Minsk's fast win attempts, before I could play Sisay and tutor for more stacked pieces to stop Keurig and Timna and Dargo. Before I could find more stacks, Timna Dargo cast a turn 3 Ad Nauseam. They managed to find no win conditions off their Adnaz that dropped them to 5 life. They did find an Entomb, however. They cast Entomb and found Twin Flame in the top 4 cards of his library and put it into the graveyard. Then he cast Underworld Breach and attempted to win the game by escaping Twin Flame and casting a Dual Caster Mage. Luckily, Alex kept an Endurance and shuffled Timna Dargo's graveyard to the bottom of his library in response to the cast of Underworld Breach, saving us from the inevitable win attempt. On my turn, I tutored for it and cast Yasharn Implacable Earth to lock out Keurig, and attacked Timna Dargo with my Aven Mindcensor, putting him in lethal range to his own Mana Crypt. He died to his Mana Crypt on his next turn, and I won the game shortly after. Round 1 was a win. Round 2 was myself, Winota Joiner of Forces, Timna Tana Bloodpod, and my friend Kyle playing Timna Thrasios Hermit Druid. This game was my game to lose. With only one non-stacks deck in the pod, I knew I didn't have to devote a lot of resources to stopping the other players, and could instead focus on progressing my own game plan whenever possible. Winota landed an early Magus of the Moon and Rule of Law, but I had basic lands to cast my spells. However, I made one very crucial mistake. I tutored Kogla to hand and cast him to kill Winota to prevent her from taking over the game. However, the player then tried to kill his own Magus to unlock his white mana, but realized he couldn't yet because he had a Rule of Law and had already cast a spell for turn, so he had to wait. This worried me, as Kyle was going to get access to his colored mana again, and he had a suspicious 7 mana open to suggest Cyclonic Rift. I was worried we would lose to Cyclonic Rift and decided to put myself in the best board position and pressure Kyle's life total. So on my next turn, I tutored for and cast Elesh Norn. This removed the Magus of the Moon and Aethersworn Canonist from Winota, leaving only Rule of Law, stopping Kyle from casting Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consultation. Indeed, he removed the Rule of Law and won with Thassa's Oracle and Consultation. What I should have done instead was I should have tutored for Emueld Blessed to hold open Kogla Fight Triggers for whenever Winota came down, and left the additional stacked pieces in play to stop Kyle from winning the game. This would slow him down and allow me to continue attacking him until he was no longer a factor in the game, and then keep myself in a very solid position to win. Round 2 was a loss. Round 3 had me playing against Niv Mizzet Perun, a different Winota player, and Najeela the Blade Blossom. This game ended up being nothing special. I resolved only a few spells this game, 2 of which were an Avacyn's Pilgrim after it got bounced to my hand. After nobody saved interaction for Najeela, he got her into play with Derevi, Imperial Tactician, and managed to win the game with infinite Najeela combats. Round 3 was also a loss. Now, despite 2 losses, with the number of people and the cut to top 16, I ended up being among the top 16 players at 5th seed. I went into my semifinals match where I was playing against Ukuma Kazur Food Chain, Dina Protean Hulk, and Jessica Ishai Jeskai. Dina had a turn 1 Root Maze to slow down the game significantly. This slowed down my game plan a good amount, as my hand was meant to try and race the table to a combo. When I did end up finding the cards I needed to win, I needed to remove the Root Maze, so I activated Sisay to find Boseiju Who Endures. Jessica Ishai flashed in an Aven Mindcensor, but I still managed to find the Boseiju in the top 4 cards. On my next turn, I tried to make infinite mana with a Shaya and Quirion Ranger and a Lightning Greaves. Upon trying to establish this loop, Dina channeled her own Boseiju to destroy my Lightning Greaves. I once again managed to find the card I needed in the top 4 and found a Forest and put it into play. I cast a Thousand Year Elixir from my hand and attempted to go for the win again. Dina once again had the answer and played Nature's Claim to destroy the elixir. With no other options, I activated Sisay and once again found the exact card I needed in the top 4. I found Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. I had an Arbor Elf and a Gaia's Cradle in play, so I could attempt to win the next turn, but I already played my land for the turn. So I had to wait a full turn cycle. Unfortunately for me, attempting this win this turn meant that Ishai got lots of counters. If the Jeska Ishai player understood my line for the next turn, he would surely cast Jeska and make Ishai deal triple damage, attack me, and take me out. I needed him not to understand my line to win, and not decide to kill me anyway. Fortunately for me, he didn't cast Jeska and I got to live another turn. From there, I made infinite mana and tutored every legendary in my deck and won the game. Semifinals was another win, and I got into the top 4, one step closer to an Underground Sea in my hands. In the top 4, we had my friend Alex from round 1 on Minsk, Phyrexian Tutor from the Marchesa 2022 top 4 playing his Thrasios Vile Smasher Razaketh deck, Kyle from my round 2 on Tymna Thrasios Hermit Druid, who also made top 4 at Marchesa 2022, and myself, who was last in turn order. I kept a risky hand. Lots of lands, one of which was Boseiju Who Endures, another was Gemstone Caverns. Living Plane was in my hand to try and lock down mana with Linvala or Elishnorn, and the ability to play Sisay on turn 3. I did some math and determined that I had a good chance of drawing a relevant stacks piece or mana ramp to result in a turn 2 Sisay. Everyone cast some creatures, notably some elves. And on my turn 1, sure enough, I got rewarded by drawing Priest of Titania. I cast Sisay on turn 2, and Alex tried to go for a win on turn 3. We were able to stop him, and then the eyes turned on me because I had Sisay in play. Phyrexian Tutor tapped out of blue mana to cast Neoform and change a Llanowar Elves into Gilded Drake to take my Sisay. With all lights green, Kyle managed to assemble a Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consultation to win the game on turn 3. Had Phyrexian Tutor held open blue mana, he had a Swan Song to stop the consultation. This would mean he didn't lose his Llanowar Elves and cast Neoform, and on my next turn I would have been able to assemble a Living Plane lock with Linvala Keeper of Silence. Granted, this is all in theory, but I was this close. I was this close, man.
Damn you, turn 3 Oracle! Damn it!
My narrow loss aside, this was yet another great tournament that I got to be a part of. This tournament came to exist through the effort of a few major people. First of all, Christopher Wallace. He had a vision for improving the CEDH scene in the Portland metro area and created a group now known as PDX CEDH. PDX CEDH is what happens when you have a local scene that's very invested in improving their community. Second, we have the Magic enthusiasts with Almost Broken MTG, who streamed the tournament on their Twitch channel and included gameplay, interviews, and a good helping of personality as well. We also have the Clubhouse, who rented the venue and hosted the tournament. Finally, we have my friend Ryan Lee, also known as Koibito, the celebrated winner of Marchesa 2022, who served as the tournament organizer for this event. Much like Christopher, Ryan is also a bit of a visionary about the CEDH community. He's moving on to big projects with Eminence Gaming, a group of entrenched CEDH players who took an interest in providing new events and resources for the competitive Magic player. Eminence Gaming is much like PDX CEDH, but on a much larger scale. Everyone there is doing amazing things for the community. Check out their website for more information. They also have a Discord server that you can join. Their first event will be in Punt City in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, August 27th through 28th. Unfortunately, I believe all tickets were sold out to this event, and I won't be able to attend, but they have a stream for the event. Speaking of streaming, check out my friends at Almost Broken MTG. Also, if you're interested in seeing some CEDH gameplay with Sisay, they streamed TCGCon, and we have a post-finals match where Koibito, Phyrexian Tutor, and Kyle all had a rematch from Marchesa 2022 finals, with myself taking the place of Charles the Mono White Guy. I won't spoil how the game went, but it was a good, long, long game. Check out Almost Broken MTG on Twitch and join their Discord channel. Finally, please check out PDX CEDH. Christopher has done so much work in service of this community, and if you're ever in the area, hit up people on the Facebook group to get some games. They have the Facebook group and a Discord server as well. Links to all of these groups and their relevant information in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. With all of these top 4 placements that I've been getting with Captain Sisay, I've been considering doing a updated CEDH Captain Sisay deck tech. Let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in watching. Also, please leave a comment down below to tell me any other videos that you would like me to do. Also, I would like to apologize to everyone for not uploading more regularly. I said that I would be trying to do videos on a more weekly basis, but these last few months have been rather chaotic. I've had a lot of things that have come up. As you might notice, I'm not in my normal room right now. I'm actually, at the time of this recording, I'm in a hotel in California doing some work. But by the time this video is released, I should be back home in Oregon. Yeah, I'm planning on doing more regular videos. I have a lot of stuff planned out as well. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody for sticking with it and watching the videos. I really appreciate it. Let me know if there's anything you think that I can do to improve other than just a more regular upload schedule. Thank you. Thank you a lot for watching. That is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.